If you love architecture, you like cool houses, I think you're going to enjoy the journey we're on today. You might think at first that I'm somewhere in the Cascades, traversing a trail along a mountainside or something like that because of all the greenery behind me. Well, I'm actually not in the Cascades at all. I'm really close to downtown Seattle. I'm just north of I-5, which is cutting through Seattle. Lake Union is not too far away from here, and then the Space Needle may be 1.5 miles away. That's because today we're taking a little extra special adventure into some Seattle architecture. Because you know what? Seattle does have a lot of funky. They have a lot of creativity and they pride themselves on that. And that is certainly what today's look at real estate is going to give us. And we're going to take a look at a historic landmark built in 1958. It's on the market. You see it behind me. It is the Egan House here in Seattle. And before we go inside, I do want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Living in Western Washington 425. We'll always have cool places like this on our channel, and we'll always be taking neat adventures throughout Western Washington. But we're going to talk about this house that was designed by architect Robert Reichert, a Seattle icon in his own right of architecture, and we'll take a look at this house outside and inside and tell you a little bit about this creative, funky house that is right here in Seattle. So this is classified as post-World War II modernist Northwest architecture, designed triangular form on a rectangular plane atop a pier block. It certainly stands out, and it is one of a kind. And let's take a look inside at this house. There are a lot of treats and just a fascinating home that is up here in North Capitol Hill. When I first came in this house, I thought this might just be a closet. I didn't really know exactly what it was. And then I saw a sign on the door to go ahead and check this out. And look at this. I actually have a small bedroom, washer, dryer, and a small bathroom around the corner. It's crazy. It's almost like the look on Joni Mitchell's face, like she knew about the room being hidden. But you see it back here, the washroom, small bedroom, and a really dinky bathroom, but you know, it gets the job done. Shower, toilet, you got everything you need. And the designs throughout this home are just pretty cool. Let's head upstairs. So Robert Reichert was definitely a unique architect. He had his own style, and he actually built a house in Queen Anne for he and his mom after his father passed away. He designed it, and it was an oddball house, kind of didn't fit into the neighborhood. But someone that did enjoy his work was Admiral Willard Egan. He was a Rear Admiral, retired, and he actually commissioned Reichert to go ahead and design a house, and that's what he did. And that's why it's called the Egan House here in Seattle. You see the cantilevers holding this up? It's just such a unique design. Old can of soup right there, I think. Small refrigerator, really has some unique aspects to this entire home. It's really almost like a movie set, because so many unique old aspects of this house are still here. Look at that thermos. I had one of those back when I was in elementary school with the nondescript team and the MLB thermos. That's pretty cool. And yeah, it's just amazing that the appliances are still here. And that's when they made things to last. So the house was built in August of 1958, and Egan lived here for 13 years. And when it was built, created a great deal of interest. Al Cummings, one of the all-time greats of Seattle radio, was talking about this house on his radio show. And listeners described the house as a giant ski slide or possibly a work shack for the freeway, which was being built, like I said, not too far away, Interstate 5. Another called the building a giant blob of cheese. So people certainly had their opinions of it, but this has certainly withstood the test of time, and it's a unique structure all the same. Reichert's mark remaining on the Seattle architecture landscape to this day. One thing that's great about this entire house is the amount of natural light that it has. I mean, it has skylights, large windows that Reichert put in on every level, so there's no shortage of light. And this house has always been intriguing to so many people because of its unique design, and many have had a chance to come in and check it out as it has gone on the market. It's on the market. Barbara Brandt, Tanya Thackeray out of my office for $995,000 when it originally came on. That's sticking with the median home price, believe it or not, in Capitol Hill, which is $940,000. So Capitol Hill, another one of the cool neighborhoods in Seattle, and this house certainly a standout part of the Capitol Hill area. This is the back area where the, I guess, primary bedroom is and primary bath. Primary bath's got a fan going right now, but this is pretty narrow. Definitely not for the claustrophobic. Toilet right down there at the end of the hallway, if you will. There's your stand-up shower, no tub. Very, very thin window at the end there, and then there's your sink and mirror. This brings us into a pretty cool closet, and this is your primary bedroom. And again, there's a lot of that neat, natural light, very square windows throughout. And Reichert also had a thing about circles. You saw it out front of the house, and then employing some of that artwork here in the staging of the home. So this is really cool. Very large closet, big mirror. You see me right there. Let's head upstairs. I'm going to show you a really cool porch and take a look at the rest of the Egan House here that's on the market in Seattle. So this is my favorite part of the house, mainly because of how high these ceilings are. I mean, they just keep on going all the way up to the sky, and then they come down, and that's that cascading look of the house as it was built into the hillside. And one of the listeners to that radio show said it was kind of like a ski jump of sorts, and that's really what it looks like. But it cascades down from the top of the hill and fills it in nicely. But this room is something else. It's got the fireplace there in the corner. It's just huge, and again, a lot of natural light, good feel, good vibe. I really think this is a very cool house. One thing I was doing here, bear with me here. I was sitting down earlier, and I love how you can just kind of, all right, stay with me, don't get sick. Just kind of go down, and you see what he was going at. Just the progression downhill for a house that was built on the hillside. Robert Reichert, very interesting. Nicely done, sir. Okay, so there's something you see right there, right? It's a door, and it's got the gate on it. It used to be a balcony, so maybe the new owner could expand on that or change it to a very large window, but that's why you have a door to nowhere, pretty much. Okay, let's head outside, check out this super cool deck. All right, here it is. Like I said earlier, this is a deck overlooking Lakeview Drive, and you see in the distance the traffic for I-5. That is I-5 right there. And just on the other side of those trees, you have I-5 north and south, and then you have Lake Union and the Space Needle not too far in the distance. So really cool how this house is tucked in to the side of the hill here. And you see just its amazing features. Well done, again, built in 1958. Very architecture-like statement, if you will, by Robert Reichert. And again, he had a very sort of similar house in Queen Anne. So there you have it, the Egan House here in Capitol Hill in Seattle. It's an amazing place, 2 beds, 1 3/4 bath, 1,190 square feet, and a heavy dose of creativity from architect Robert Reichert. A place like this could be yours for $995,000. And a place like this, I kind of look at it like you could live here and write a book. Maybe it's a really cool place to be an author. Could you imagine the rain kind of pounding on those skylights and falling on the trees during the day, that Seattle rain we have? Or open things up in the summertime, have it be a great big party house. Either way, you're really close to downtown Seattle and all it has to offer. So close, and I-5's right there. Really a cool spot, and obviously a very cool house. Well, if you're interested in a home like this or any homes around Western Washington, reach out. Feel free to give me a call. My number, all of my information is down below in the comments here on this page for this video. And reach out. Be glad to talk. As you can tell, I like to talk. And if you want to email, go ahead and do that. You can also jump on MikeFerryHomes.com and we can get a hold of you that way, or just make an appointment and we can go ahead and have a Zoom call and talk face-to-face virtually. And if you're coming to town, even better, it would be great to meet you. So if you're on the buying end or even the selling end, we have the team here to take care of you. So feel free to give us a call, get in touch, and we can get you living in cool places like this or anywhere Western Washington has to offer. But for now, Robert Reichert, a job well done, sir. A very, very interesting house. See you.